Let's talk about it.
Everybody, let's go.
Oh yeah, let's talk about it.
Come and view the show.
We got some good stuff for you, so grab your friends and take a view.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Welcome to the show. What's going on, everybody?
Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in tonight's show of Let's Talk About It. And tonight we're going to get a little bit more loose because tonight we're talking about self-control. We appreciate all of the viewers watching our first couple of shows from the first week. We had fun. It was real.
Very much so. Now tonight, as Carnell said, we are talking about self-control, and we do have a couple of questions tonight that the viewers sent us on this topic that encouraged us to go on with this topic on tonight. The first question, I want to get right into it, is what is self-control, Cornell?
Self-control to me is when you have the mentality and you know how to handle yourself to prevent yourself in getting into, unusual situations.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Okay,
of self-control. Right. It's not, it's a mind thing. It's something that, you have to do for the good of yourself. Like, if you have good self-control, then you know where I'm coming from. But if your self-control is not up to that point, everything gets over your head. Everything gets over your head. Simple as that.
All right. I think my opinion on self-control would have to be is control over everything you can and letting God take over the rest.
Well,
because Him and yourself are the only two people that know that we can do it by ourselves.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So that's what I think self-control is. You know what I'm saying? You take care of the stuff that you can do.
That's right.
But all the hard stuff and all the stuff that you got to stress over and break your back over, leave that up to God.
That's right.
Real talk.
That definitely beat my answer. So we're gonna move on. Try to outdo me.
Oh Lord, no.
How does one gain total self-control?
Whew, I think that's kind of impossible in my opinion. I don't think we can, only because we're not perfect. I got a little bit of notes. You know what I'm saying? I did my homework for this week's show.
Yeah.
I don't think we can, only because we're not perfect. If we were perfect, there would be no need for God, therapists, or psychiatrists. You know what I'm saying?
God in general.
Exactly. But I'm talking about, the ones that need like therapists and psychiatrists for that matter. So I don't think really anybody can gain total self-control.
Well,
because when you got total self-control, I mean, you need to be already up there with God, because you're perfect.
Yeah, that is true.
You know what I'm saying?
That is true. I mean, only thing I would have to add to what you said is that, you said you don't think they can. I think, if their maturity level was right and they knew what they believed in, then I think that would be one way you can gain total self-control.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. That's a good question, though.
Most definitely. Another question that we had, Carnell, is how does self-control play a part in relationships of any kind? Friendships, boyfriend, girlfriend, marriages. How does self-control play?
It's like this. If your self-control is not great, pretty much the majority of your friendships will be destroyed. Especially if it's a male-female type thing.
Okay.
Definitely, because if you don't have that mindset where going back to relationships and trying to get to know a person, you just if you're that how am I trying to put it? You're so much into just doing it to the fact that you don't realize that you do have control over the actions that you do.
Okay.
So,
I think, in my opinion, in all relationships, whatever kind of relationship it may be, it helps us in patience. It helps us in having a piece of patience, and it definitely helps us in having a piece of understanding.
That is true.
Because in any relationship of any kind, you're going to need self-control, and understanding plays a huge, enormous part of self-control. Because in a relationship, you're going to need a lot of understanding.
Yeah, you're right. Can't add or take anything from that, so we're gonna keep it moving. That's a good one. One of the last questions that we got, we didn't get a lot of questions, but one of the last questions that we did get, Arika, is why do people have such a problem with self-control?
Just bluntly, because some of them think they got it already together, and they think they've already arrived. You know what I'm saying? They think they've learned it all.
Okay.
And they're just what we call a know-it-all. You know what I'm saying? And really, in the long end, they have a problem with it. Because at night, they don't have a control over their emotions. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a control in their relationships.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't have any control in how their finances are ran. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of pieces to self-control. You can't just bubble self-control up and say, okay, this is self-control. There's a whole lot of pieces. Y'all know, like, when we were in middle school or even when we were in college now.
Yeah.
We, in English, we would do brainstorming.
Yeah.
And, it was one point of brainstorming where you had this big bubble in the middle and you had lines coming from the bubble and it was circles. You know what I'm saying?
I remember
so that was, like, pieces to that. You know what I'm saying? Say if your topic was, like, so we talk about relationships.
Yeah.
You're going to have a whole lot of stems, a whole lot of ends to relationships. And that's how it goes with self-control.
That's true. Rika's trying to do all the talking.
No, I'm not.
She just has all the answers.
I'm not. I just have a lot to say about self-control, like, for real.
Well, that's good. I'm pretty sure they will appreciate the information that you gave them. But yeah,
I did want to share a little piece of me tonight. I wanted to get personal with the people. You know what I'm saying? Something I wanted to share about self-control. You know what I'm saying? I got my little notepad and all that good stuff. It's something I really want to express to y'all tonight is that we don't have it all together. I don't have it all together. You know what I'm saying? I struggle and still sometimes struggle with all the topics that we talked about.
Yeah, that's
what I'm saying? Relationships, self-esteem, respect, and even tonight. Love that we talked about the other night, love. And even tonight when we talked about self-control, I once and still do sometimes have a problem with these things. You know what I'm saying?
So does everybody.
Most definitely.
So does everybody.
Most definitely. But the reason I don't really struggle with them like I used to is because I finally sat myself down one day.
Okay.
And I did a self-examination.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's something that we all really need to do. We need to sit down one day without the cell phone, without the TV, without your girl in your ear, your boy in your ear, your man, your woman, you know what I'm saying? Your kids. Sit yourself down one day and get quiet with yourself and do a self-examination and see what you need to work on.
That's deep.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. That's what I did. And when I did the self-examination, I came to the realization that I'm no better than anybody else or lesser than anybody else for that matter.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But I have decided to use my mistakes for the good. And the reason I say that is because I heard a song not too long ago that said, I'm not sure who it's by, you might know who it's by, it's a gospel song, and it talks about everything that I went through, it was for my good. All that I've endured.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? And when I heard that song, I took it, and I used it for me, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I say I used all my mistakes for my good. I didn't dwell on them, you know what I'm saying? I didn't do a whole lot of moping around and just crying and just have my own pity party. You know what I'm saying? I used them for my good. I used them to help others that were around me. Yeah. And through me helping other people, I helped myself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
But everything that happens to us, I want to point out, whether good or bad, is for a reason. You know what I'm saying? We have to learn how to use those things to help us and others, like I said before. And none of us have arrived, and no one's worth is lesser than the other. Ladies, I definitely want to point this out to my ladies. Ladies, your worth is no lesser than Beyonce's. Just because she has money and all that good stuff, your value, your worth is no less than hers. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that you put over yourself, you're no more less than they are.
That's
you know what I'm saying? That's something I really, really want to point out to my ladies on tonight. But we all have to come to the realization that we all play roles in this thing called life. And we're going to end it out with this right here. And when your role is up, there's nothing you can say or do. I'm going to say that one more time before we get out of here on tonight. It says, we all have to come to the realization that we all play roles in this thing called life.
That's right.
And when your role is up, there's nothing you can say, and there's nothing you can do. When it's up, it's up.
That's good.
And you know what I'm talking about.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, we definitely want to thank you for sharing that.
Most definitely.
And we want to wrap it up a little early tonight, but we just want to thank you for stopping by on tonight's show, and we'll definitely see you tomorrow night. This is your boy Nell
and your girl OsoDivine.
And we're signing out.
Peace.